Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you for being here. I hope you're well. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of April 5th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else, and be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, Virgo, keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. I already released that reading, and I will pin yours at the end of this video. But the tarot card of the week reading is intended to be a message to you from source, something that they want you to consider, go within, so you can make a decision to do what is best for you and your life at this time. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Virgo collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for the Virgo collective? What is the tarot card of the week for the week of April 5th, 2026? One more shuffle. Thank you. Your tarot card of the week, the Four of Pentacles. What situation in your life are you still holding on to? At the bottom of the deck, we have Seven of Pentacles. What situation in your life are you ready to invest your time, energy, and money into? Okay, Four of Pentacles. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles here for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What situation in your life are you still holding on to? Why is this their tarot card of the week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Strength card, the Knight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. There's something that you're supposed to walk away from. You're supposed to, you don't have to do anything, but it's just advice, okay? And these all were pretty difficult so far. So there's something here. You're supposed to have the strength, courage, and perseverance to create a plan or a strategy to walk away from something that you've been holding on to. At the bottom of the deck, Ten of Cups, the Empress, and the Knight of Wands. I feel like this is what you're desiring. This is not what you need to let go of. You don't need to let go of happiness, nurturing someone or something, or being nurtured by someone or something, passion, excitement. That's not what you need to let go of. This is what you need to let go of. That Four of Cups. What is that Four of Cups? Let's begin to clarify. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. What is Virgo holding on to? What are they holding on to? And I think you've been holding on to it for a long time. Or doing it for a long time, consuming it for a long time. Tell me about that Four of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. And in the Four of Pentacles, this person has a book. So you're smart, Virgo. You're knowledgeable. You know that this is something you need to let go of. And yet, there you are, holding on to it still. Hangman. Hangman talks about looking at something from another perspective so we can make the decision to sacrifice it, to let it go. Wheel of Fortune. This is a time for you to do this. King of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Page of Swords. There's something you're holding on to that is actually, you're actually sabotaging yourself. Tell me more about what Virgo's holding on to. It's time to see it from another perspective. If I'm speaking like you, if I continue to engage in this, or I continue to hold on to this, I'm only betraying myself. Tell me more about what Virgo's holding on to. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Star, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. For some of you, this could be some type of resentment that has built up from an argument that you had here with a friend, a family member, or a lover. Part of you is still angry. And maybe you have moved on from it. And you may have even reconciled that within yourself. Like, all right, that was a really shitty situation, environment, or connection that I just dealt with. But you might still be holding on to some bitterness or resentment that person or those people did that to you or treated you that way. And I think in one of your readings within the last year, this probably has come up 2 or 3 times. And there was something here about you holding on to that was actually an obstacle for you to get to money. Like it was a money block. And I heard back from a lot of you. I read all those comments and I respond back to a lot of you. And there were, I want to say 2 or 3 of you that said, I'm not going to let go of the fact that, I was abused as a child. No one is telling you to forgive that person. No one is condoning what they did to you. And no one is saying that by you releasing it, that you're suddenly forgiving them or you're giving them grace. Fuck them. They don't deserve grace. They don't deserve grace for what they did to you or how they treated you. That's not what this is about. This is saying you need to free yourself from holding on to the anger, from holding on to the bitterness. It doesn't serve you any. It just does not serve you any. And I mean, you can do it, but your tarot card of the week is like, what situation in your life are you still holding on to? For some of you, it's like this past grudge or resentment. It could be pain. I don't see that here, but it could be. I'm not going to minimize what you went through, but you holding on to that bitterness, it's eating away at you. And it's robbing you of time or energy that you could be applying to another area of your life where you can move forward and be successful, or make money, or open up more doorways for yourself. So if this is resonating for you, you don't have to transform all of this overnight, in the next 7 days. But I would ask myself, if this were my reading, and I do pull this card for myself once a week to see what I have to work on. If this were my reading, I would be honest with myself and say, how many minutes or hours a day do I spend reflecting on what that person or those people did to me? And add it up. And maybe if you want, journal it this week. If you can punch it into your phone somewhere, like on a notepad, or if you can write it down. Every time you think about that person or those people or what they did to you, I would see if you could document it this week and over the course of the next 7 days. And when you get to next Sunday, take a look at that. How many minutes or hours, maybe even days, did you spend on thinking about that situation, which you can't change and is in your past? And how much better off would you be had you taken that time and you applied it to learning something new, having a fun experience, taking good care of yourself? You know what I mean? Learning a skill, learning a musical instrument, watching a funny movie. Just think about like how more enriched your life would be. This person or these people, they've done enough to you. They've taken enough from you. Don't let them take away victory and success and financial abundance and long-term contentment from you as well. You deserve this. For some of you, you holding on to this is the block. For others of you, I have a group of you where you are consuming something. This came up in your monthly read for April. And if you didn't see that, I'll pin that at the end of this video also. There's something here that you need to heal, and it's in terms of consumption. The King of Pentacles is holding this, looks like a little cookie that he's about to like put in his mouth. And same thing here, holding on to something very close to the mouth. So I get the feeling here, for some of you, this is something that you do. And maybe it's to self-soothe yourself or to release yourself from stress. And look, I'm not trying to shame you here and be like, shame on you for having wine or beer. But are you doing it in overconsumption? Because I have wine and beer too, but not all the time, not every day. And not, a case of beer at a time type of thing. So, and same with cigarettes. I'm a smoker, but I don't smoke a pack a day. So I don't even know so much if you have to totally eliminate what this is, but maybe just a reduction of it. Because I see the pentacle go from the Four of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. It gets smaller. So for some of you, it's totally eradicating this. But for others of you, it could be like just lowering carb intake or lowering sugar intake, just reducing the consumption. But it's going to take strength and courage and perseverance, and probably some kind of plan. Like if it's smoking, what's your cessation plan? If it's dietary, what are you going to replace the carbs or sugar with? You can't starve yourself. So like, what do you replace it with? So it's just creating the plan so you can heal that and you can move forward and you can be highly, highly successful with overcoming it. Anything else Virgo needs to know? And then we'll get you 3 cards of advice. So yeah, whether this is pain you're holding on to or resentment or the overconsumption, it's time to start walking away from it. This week, just create the plan. And for those of you where it's consumption-based, just create the plan. Start researching different ways that you could address this issue. And for others of you where you're holding on to pain, I think it would be well worth your time this week to document how much time do you spend on that and what better use could you make of that time. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Anything else you need to know, Virgo? The Fool, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Healing that wound. Yeah, for some of you, it's aggression because of betrayal or an ending, maybe being breadcrumbed. And this could even be like you're upset because the last boss you worked for promised you raise after raise or promotion after promotion. You never got it. You feel backstabbed, betrayed. This doesn't always have to be friends, family, lover. It could be a neighbor. It's just someone that you trusted at some point in time betrayed you. And maybe for some of you, it's multiple people that you were very generous towards. But this, starting to let go, brings in this whole new beginning. And look what comes in, the Ace of Pentacles, which is your opportunity to get to the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, it's been a real money block. For others of you, I don't want to be the fear-mongering tarot reader, and I in no way do health readings. But if this is something really bad that you know that you really need to quit because it's affecting your health, I would do something before it actually affects your health. This is one of the few decks I have, and I have over 150 decks at this point, where the Four of Swords actually shows someone recovering in bed with like a bandage on their head. So I just, there's something here. Again, for others of you, I think it's healing that wound and learning to let go, not because they were right, but because you deserve to have a life that you're not holding on to this. And for others of you, there's either a reduction in consumption or a total elimination here that's needed. And it could already be affecting your health, or it could affect your health in the future. I think you can prevent that if you create a plan to address it this week. That is what I have for you, Virgo. Let me get you 3 cards of advice. One a little bit long on your message. I'm trying to keep these around the 9-minute mark, but let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. And, you know, it says, what situation in your life are you ready to invest your time, energy, and money into? It could be quitting this or getting some help to quit this if that's overconsumption. Or for others of you, all that time that you spend ruminating on this person or these people, imagine if you invested it in something else, how much more money you would make or how much happier you would be. Your advice: 6 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Yeah. Either the reduction in the consumption or stop giving so much energy to that pain or that resentment. I think it makes you solid. I think it opens up gateways and doorways for you. And yes, for some of you, this is also the restoration of health, especially if this is something you're consuming that is bad for your health. But at the end of the day, it's a choice. This week, just give some thought to it. And if you're inclined to start jotting down things or create that path or plan, then this would be a good week to do that. That is what I have for you, Virgo, for the week ahead. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, or maybe just found it to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.